Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Alright, we have a technical difficulty, I know, but you know, you get through it.
Satan in the midst.
Yo, it's in the midst.
Always in the midst.
He's a damn liar.
Can.
Right? That might work there.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are a couple brothers from GMS Trinidad Camp. My name is Brother Barad, this is Brother Daniela. Right? Shalom. Yeah, so as you see on the this is a RT. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I want to manipulate too much. See RT article, right? It says British warship set sail for Black Sea, right? That's across there in Russia, right? Showdown with Russia. Days after American sailors cancel plan to chart course for region. And just last week there was a program on RT. Basically, these people provoking Russia to war. Right? They provoking Russia ain't really troubling nobody, but they provoking Russia to war. Right? These Edomites, but it's all good because through the spirit and power of Yahushai, prophecies had to be fulfilled. And we understand it for what it is. Right? It's just a fulfillment of the word of Yahushai. Right? So we're gonna start with the first precept, which is what? Jeremiah chapter 6 and 22. Because basically I was showing you about it, we are on the street corner and I was showing you about it, and we say that let's get down and get a business, let's put it up in a video, because they chucking the bear, they pricking the bear, it's like a bear just cool, just chilling in a cave or in a tree, and they just have a stick poking the bear. That's what literally what these Edomites do in each other. Right? They provoking the bear. Right? In the scriptures, Russia is called the bear. Right? It's also called Gog and Magog. Right? And it's also called as a matter of fact, we just get into it. It says Jeremiah chapter 6 verse 22.
Come again?
Yeah, kick it out. Select.
Jeremiah 6 and 22. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, a people cometh from the north country, and a great nation shall be raised from the sides of the earth. They shall lay hold on bow and spear. They are cruel and have no mercy. Their voice rooted like the sea. Right. So like their voice roared like the sea, and they ride upon horses. I mean, that power, right? They're in that power seat. And this is the bow and the spear speaking about here. So this bow and spear speaks about, it really means the missiles, right? The missiles, they are cruel, right? They are cruel because it talks about the bow and the spear, right? Go ahead. Set in array as men for war. They set in array as men for war, right? So Joel describes that, right? They're gonna climb over walls, they're gonna come, every man gonna be in a array, like when they run in relays or running a race, everybody gonna be in their own lane, right? None of them even in the races, that if you cross a lane they get disqualified. But if these missiles cross paths, they crash into each other and they'll blow up. But the Lord said that's not gonna happen. Everybody gonna be set in an array, right? And none of them gonna miss their mark. Right? Go ahead. It's set in array as men for war against thee. Right, because there are three parts of the Most High's army. There are the mighty ones, which is the angels. There are the saints, the elect. Right, Jeremiah 50 and verse 20, going down 20 to 24. I think it is expresses the men being the parts of the Most High army, and then there's also the missiles. Right, they're the missiles. Right, so they are the men of war. Right. So this verse here, verse 20, what? That's 24? 24. Right? It's speaking about the missiles. Go ahead. Like 23 actually. 23. Yeah, come on. Against the old daughter of Zion. So like we have heard the fame thereof. Our hands wax feeble. Anguish hath taken hold of us, and pain as of a woman in travail. Yeah, so these these nations, they're going to provoke America. Well, America reconsidered, but now the British going across there to provoke, and this is it. This is what the scriptures talk about, because America and her allies gonna gather to fight against who? Against what? Against Russia, Gog and Magog, and her and his allies. Either one, doesn't matter, right? Because Gog is not gonna win. They might win for a second. They're gonna be the victor in terms of the fact that America is going down,
But ultimately, they're not going to win the kingdom. The kingdom is prepared for what? Israel. Right? So, just read over that last verse again.
We have heard of fame thereof, our hands waxed feeble. Anguish had taken hold of us, and pain as of a woman in travail.
Yeah, part of the fame is that a couple of years ago, what they announced that this is Russia I'm speaking about. They announced that they have what hypersonic missiles, and they were the first to have that technology. Second in line is who? Is China, if I'm not mistaken. China came up with the hypersonic missiles after, and now what they say America is what going to be 10 years or a decade behind in that technology. So the race now, which the last year the bulletin of atomic scientists, they were saying is that the whole atomic scientists came together was to stop nuclear proliferation, which is the building of nuclear arms, right? And every time they push forward a recommendation, these nations, because of their own selfish agenda, they continue to push and build missiles, right?
And the more nuclear a country has, is more up on that power seat he going to sit. You know what I mean? Because he going to exercise that power that he has.
Yeah.
Which is what the nuclear. Right?
Yeah. So go ahead.
Right, 25. Go not forth unto the field, right? Which is
because we can stop there. Right?
Oh, right.
Next scripture, you go to Jeremiah 50 verse 9.
15?
50.
9. Right. Jeremiah 50 and 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations.
An assembly of great nations. So what? You have America being
from the north.
Yeah. From the north. They call Russia is from the north. Gog and Magog is from the north. Which we're gonna get into that. Right? You know, you have America and her allies, the NATO and the EU nations, which the British is part of that. You understand? Now they provoking the bear. They're sticking the bear in his side. You understand? The bear just going for you, honey, no one, and you know. You throwing rocks at the bear, you damn bear. You know, so what, guess what? The bear gonna get you.
And a black bear.
A black bear, yeah. A grizzly. No, it had the black, it had the grizzly, and then it had the panda. You know? No, the polar, sorry.
I think the black is the most dangerous.
Alright, can't.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
And they shall set themselves in array against her.
Salakia, go up to Jeremiah 50 verse 3. Sana 2, Salakia.
Jeremiah 50 and 2. Declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard, right? Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded.
Marduk.
Is Marduk?
Marduk is the well, ancient Babylonian god. The same thing. Marduk. The ancient Babylonian god, because what happens is that America uses these not America, sorry, Esau and Edom uses these ancient religion and pagan worships, right? To have the power to rule in this kingdom. Marduk. Yeah,
Marduk is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her.
Out of the north. Key word, out of the north. Cometh what? A nation against her. Right? Go ahead.
Which shall make her land desolate.
Which shall make her land desolate. So which land is that we're talking about? We're talking about the great United States of America. Right? Babylon, the great mystery Babylon. It's no longer a mystery, because as it says in verse 2, it says what? Bel is confounded, right? Marduk is broken in pieces. So all the idols, right? And all the false philosophies and everything that they stand by, what the lies, right? The deception, you know, it's come to an end. Because these nations, they are weird. Russia himself, you know, earlier on this year, I spoke about it in a video I did this morning. Earlier on this year, Russia had some uprising concerning the fact that their police officers, how they were treated with civilians, and America had the gall to open them out, you know, and Russia answered them quickly. It's like, you want to speak to me? You who up to this day how you all treat the black people in America. You know, look at how you all treat the black people in America. You want to speak to me, America? You know, so they call him out for being a hypocrite. You remember the scripture in I think it's Isaiah 14 that say has become as weak as me. You know, because these nations have missiles, right? Is this the man? Sorry, is this the man that rule over the earth with much fear and terribleness, however it goes? You know, is this the man? These nations know of your hypocrisy now.
Yeah, the hypocritical nation. Right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Make a land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall.
Yeah. So like about that, you know, we just had some technical difficulties again, so we just continue. Go ahead.
Right. And none shall dwell therein. They shall. Jeremiah 50 and 3, continuing. I'll start from 3. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her.
Yeah, that north nation is Russia. Go ahead.
Which shall make a land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove. They shall depart, both man and beast.
Yeah, he said not. It shall make her land desolate. Right. So this is Yeah, this is just Isaiah. About fact. Nah, I want to read that one. Go ahead. Go ahead. You continue. So
right. Verse 4. In those days and in that time, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord their power.
Come on. You read down to verse 9. Baruch Hashem.
Right. They shall ask the way of Zion with their faces toward saying, come and let us join ourselves unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill.
Right. From different religions, like mountain to hill. Right, because you know they seek a power, they seek guidance, right? They seek a ruler. So they go from mountain to hill. Represents what? Different religions, different philosophies, different schools of thought, different falses. I won't call them truths, false. Right, go ahead.
They have forgotten their resting place.
They have forgotten their resting place because what? Our resting place is really in what? Mount Zion, right? In Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and it's true, right? Because what? With Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we get prosperity, we get shalom, we get shalom, we get peace, right? And when you get peace, what? You get rest, right? With obeying the law, statutes, and commandments, we have a hedge, we have a banner angel protecting us, right? Like today, I was studying into the scripture, lust. I was going into lust, right? The word lust also means a strong desire, right? With obeying the commandment as thou shalt not lust or thou shalt not covet, right? When you go in, let me pull it out. Deuteronomy, Exodus chapter 20, right? It says right, Exodus 20 and 17. For thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his oxen, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Right? When you look up that word covet, it goes into lust or strong desire. Now, one of the things though, when you go into the fact that we had to keep the 3 feasts, come back to Jerusalem to keep the 3 feasts, right? According to the law, right? According to the Lord, and these nations, because we serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, nobody could covet our land. So you see, when we leave, well, like say we leave our homes and we go to Jerusalem to keep the feast, right? No nation could have come. Elamites couldn't come in and spoil our land. They couldn't desire to get our land, knowing that every time that we would have to leave 3 times a year, nobody would be there, right? No mail would be there to come to take it where we're going, you know? Right? So the laws protected us. So that's to show us that our peace, our rest dwells with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because the fear and the dread of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua was on all these nations, right? When he turned his face unto us, right? When we served him and he turned his face unto us, right? But we sinned and broke the commandments. Now he turned his back unto us. So what? We are open sepulchres to say, you know? Right? Go ahead.
Alright. Verse 7. All that found them have devoured them. Like all the different nations.
Yeah.
They have devoured them. And their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the habitation of justice, even the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the hope of their fathers.
Yeah, so they say they sin not, because what? They know that they are the sword, right? So you saw like a year or 2 ago, Donald Trump hiding in the bunkers when he was writing for George Floyd. I think it was in Washington, right? And they was trading on the monuments and whatnot, and he hid in the bunkers. And when he came out and he hold up the Bible, right? The scripture says that they say that their own shepherds pity them not, right? They say that in their minds they say that they're right, because they know that they are the sword of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right? Which the Apostle Gabad did a video on that today, right? That these people are the sword, and they're going to have race wars, because what? From the beginning, from the initiation of life, the Lord said what? He said 2 and 2, one against the other, right? So there's a perpetual hatred with Esau against Jacob, right? That hatred ain't going no way, right? And then the elites of them know that they are the sword. They know that they were designed to what? Oppress us. They were created just to oppress us, right? But guess what? That oppression was for a time, and that time has ended, right? So now they are about to reap the reward of them just being wicked. Long and short of the story. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon.
Remove out of the midst of Babylon.
And go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he-goat before the flocks. 9. Verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations.
An assembly of great nations, right?
From the north.
From the north. So that is what? Russia, they bear nuclear weapons. China, they bear nuclear weapons. Pakistan, India, right? Korea, North Korea, you know? You have Turkey, you have Iran working towards it, right? You have Syria, right? But I don't know if Syria have nuclear weapons, you know? But they have these nations from the north, and these nations from the north, they're gonna fire off their missiles onto America.
Hey, guess what? If a country doesn't have nuclear, and they siding with a country that have like Russia that has all that nuclear, they don't need nuclear.
Yeah, they don't need, because they're just as good as having.
Yeah, they're just as good as having, because
they have a big brother to protect them.
Yeah, exactly. All right. You want to continue?
No, that's it. Good. Give me boom. Ezekiel 38 and 12. I guess that one.
Ezekiel
38 and start at 1.
Right. Ezekiel 38 and verse 1. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, the chief priests of the Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the power, right? Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws.
That's the Most High, because Russia was formerly known as USSR, United Soviet States Union, or something like that, right? USSR. I can't remember exactly how the acronym was broken now, but China was part of that. You know, they were yeah, China was, I don't know if I call China as having nuclear missiles, but yeah, they were united. They were united, right? And they had a fierce, as a people, they were fierce, right? And they were more militant. Well, they're still militant, but they were more of a united. They had a more united head as in that region, right? And the Most High said, what, He gonna put hooks in their jaws and turn them back. In other words, He gonna direct them back to that spirit, to that old spirit, that old warlike, right? Take no bullshit type of spirit, yeah. Right? Go ahead.
I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with the sort of armor.
All sorts of armor, right? You know, there's the missiles, there's the tanks, there's the Raptors, the helicopters, the aircraft carriers, the submarines, and all them things was created to be used, not just to be paraded up and down for V-Day, right? And Veterans Day and all these different things, right? Independence Day and all these different things. These things are created to be used. Go ahead.
Horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company of bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Now, in the scripture, say, I think it's in Joel, the battle of the warriors with great noise and confusion.
Yeah,
but this one could be with burning
and flesh of fire, burning. Fuel of fire, which is the flesh,
right?
Yeah.
So you know, this here it describing bucklers and shields, but it not talking about bucklers and shields as in that time, because it tells you how it's gonna be in this time. It's gonna be with burning of fire, right?
Read to verse 6 and then they will jump to 12.
Let's continue now.
Read to verse 6 and just jump to 12. Yeah,
with bucklers of all them handling swords, right? Persia, go to 6, right?
Yeah, read up to 6 and then
Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets.
Right, Persia represents the Iranians, right? They are the ancient Persians, right? Ethiopia represents the Cushites, right? Libya and them with them and all of them with shield and helmet, right? Go ahead.
Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togama of the north quarters.
Right, those are the Jordanians. Go ahead.
And all his bands and many people with thee.
Read 7, sorry.
Right. Verse 7. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
Right, so you just said that, you know, even though that you don't have nuclear arsenal as a nation, but if you are in that nation that has them, right, that he will be a big brother or a guard unto you.
Join yourself to them.
Yeah, So Russia prepared, right? They was long time prepared, right? They actually have a song, you know, a couple years back. They were singing about Jake being asleep. It's an ancient folk song that Jake, the Negroes in America, we are asleep, right? But Hitler had that saying, you know, he gonna bring World War III from the grave. That letter he wrote to his soldier. You know, he said, how are you going to do that? He said, what? By when the world see what I've been protecting them from. Where you've been protecting them from? I've been protecting them from the wicked Jews, right? And when they know that who America has in its possession, he said, who America have in its possession? The Jews are the Most High, right? And the Most High is making up his Jews right now. He's making up his treasure box, right? His treasure case, his treasure chest, right? By these camps all across the world, these men that waking up, right, to his spirit and prophesying in his name, right? That is his Jews. He making up, right? Because the nation of Israel ultimately is his Jews, but the elect of Israel is who he desire right now. The first fruits, right? Those who are in the spirit, Because 2/3 are in the spirit. 2/3 out here trying to get jabbed up and stabbed up and put to death. Right? By pledging their allegiance to these Edomites, to these idols, and to this world. Right?
Pledging their allegiance to this government. You know?
To the black woman.
To the black woman.
Yeah.
Every other thing else but beside what they're supposed to be looking at.
Can't, because what the black unconscious movement polite them say what the black woman is God. So they pledging their allegiance to the black woman, you see?
And Sanata pledging allegiance to making money at these debates. Which is nothing
controversy.
Yeah. Bacchanal, I know how people love.
Yeah.
Controversy, bacchanal. You know?
Sand nigga.
Sand nigga.
Yeah. Verse 12.
Verse 8.
Sorry, no. Verse 11. Sorry.
So like,
verse 11 and 12.
And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of on wall village. That is America.
That's what Trump was trying to throw off that prophecy. By building a wall at the border of Mexico. Yeah, but you know, he failed.
I shall say, I will go up to the land
you can't do nothing against the
village.
words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. If the Lord says so, it's so.
It's so. That's how it is.
Yeah,
right? On walled villages, I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates, to take the spoil and to take a prey, and to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land.
Right, that's it right there.
Yeah.
So the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to send the so-called Russians, aka Gog and Magog, right, and their compatriots. I hope I'm using the word correctly. The partners, those that are confederate with them, right, to shoot missiles and to destroy America. Right, give me Jeremiah 46 and 10. We close with that.
Jeremiah 46 and 10. For this is the day of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of hosts, a day of vengeance.
A day of what?
A day of vengeance.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, America being destroyed is the vengeance of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because that's the city, the bloody city, is going to cease. It's going to cease. Right? Just before I was coming here, I was seeing a video on the gram, right? Where apparently again cops kill again, but guess what? This time they kill a baby, right? So it didn't have a backstory, it just had a video. It didn't have much of a backstory, and it was an Israelite who put it up. So it's like he was cursing out, you know, he's putting up scriptures. He himself didn't go into the backstory. It's just that when the cops surround the car and whatever, and I guess it was post them firing the shots on the car, whatever. Right, the most I can speak on is from what I saw from my perspective, and there's plenty of it is presumption, because as I said, no backstory was given. But the crowd was when they get into the car and whatever, and they pull away, right, and they heard everybody going, man, they kill a baby, they kill a child, you know. So expect more of the nigga behavior, more of the nigga movement.
That gonna rise up Black Lives Matter.
Yeah,
and then that gonna rise up the ones against Black Lives Matter. Yeah. And then they're going to think that race war.
Yeah, and a chain reaction of prophecy.
A chain reaction of prophecies that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's all. Because because what they can say from all that rioting and shit, nobody wasn't wearing masks, right? They could just they could give record of now the COVID-19 spiking, right? And another shutdown, another total lockdown. You know, there's a chain reaction of prophecies that's all going to fulfill, because what? From that now you're going to have sedition, uprisings against the government, because certain states don't want to enter into another lockdown. It's not efficient, you know. It's not truthful, right? It's not factual. So it is what it is. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Go ahead.
Right. 46 and 10.
Yeah.
For this is the day of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of hosts, a day of vengeance, that he may avenge him of his adversaries, and the sword shall devour, and it shall be
satiated.
It shall be satiated
Yeah,
and made drunk with their blood.
Yeah, it's gonna be full, right? It's like you eat till satiate.
Oh, satiate.
Yeah.
So like satiate.
Yeah, come.
Satiate and made drunk with their blood. For the Lord Yahweh Shimei Shai of hosts had a sacrifice in the north country by the river Euphrates.
Right, so then this north country here is America. Right? So the Most High is going to have a sacrifice in that north country, which is aka America. It says Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that coming from Edom with thy garments from Bozrah and Edom? Right, the land of Edom. Bozrah was a chief city in Edom back then, but spiritually America is that city now. Right? It says this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak righteousness, mighty to save. Right? Yahushua is that person there who Isaiah is speaking about. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thine garment like him that treadeth in the wine fat. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garment, and I will stain my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. So you see? So it's the day of the vengeance of the Lord. Right? Yahweh Shai, ultimately, his spirit is going to be in every missile that's going to be shut off. Right? And, you know, that's the fulfillment of the prophecies right there. Right? Then the kingdom going to be ushered in. Nahum chapter 3 verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. Right? That is these Edomites. Right? They are the predator, we are the prey. Right? Right? But they're going to be the prey from what? Yahweh Shai. He said, wait up on me until I rise up against the prey. Right? The predator is the one that's more powerful. The prey is the one that's running for his life. Right? But the scripture says the prey departed not. It says the noise of the whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and the prancing of the horses and the jumping of the chariots. So you see that horses and whip, that goes to who? The slave master, the slave owner. In these days the power is within what? The police and the government, the states, the legislation, right? The noise of the whip, right? So guess what? They now in the power seat, the oppressor, they're going to become the prey to Yahweh Shai. That's what you see. That's what the scripture is saying. It says the horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. Right? And there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-flavored harlot, right? The mistress of witchcrafts, and that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all that they that look upon thee shall flee from thee and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforters for thee? Art thou better than the populace? No. That was situate among the rivers, that had the waters round about it, whose rampart was the sea, and her walls was from the sea. Right? Yeah. So at the end of the day, you know, these nations, they see America for what it is, right? And they're provoking Russia, but it's going to be to their demise, right? It's going to be to their demise. If Britain running, right, Israel and America are going to have to defend it, and they all have a missile label for them, you know. So with that, we give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. God bless us all apostles and elders, great men, so and citations to the men and brethren in this work in sincerity and in truth. Pray that the lesson was edifying, if not informative. Shalom.
Shalom.